Hey, what's up, guys? This is Darren from Revealing Healing. Now, today we're going to be it's a bit of a free talk. I'm going to be, just freely expressing myself in the moment, and it's going to be on the topic of how all of society is built around the simple facts that we are all running from what we feel inside of us. Now, let me give you an example. So, whenever we're born, we are instantly born into a world of duality. So that means we're born in a world of opposites: good, bad, positive, negative, up, down, left, right, etc. You get the picture. Unfortunately, these dualities are applied to each human. So, say for example, this little baby comes into the planet Earth, and we have a society which is a system of people. That baby is then taught about how to work within the society, how the society and what characteristics the baby needs to show so that it can be accepted by the society. This is great for a lot of reasons. It means that, the working society doesn't kill itself, so we don't have murderers walking around on the street. There's a lot of good things about this, there are a lot of positives. But on the flip side of the coin, because we are in a dualist world, a world of duality, there are some negatives. So one of the negatives is that the part of the child that we tell aren't good for itself, which could be things like authentic expression, the things that we're saying, no, this is not good, the baby will then think, well, if I don't change my act quickly, I'm not going to be accepted by the rest of the world. So I'm going to be left out on my own. And, because we are creatures of survival, we are animals, we do think, oh shit, we're going to die if we don't get accepted because we'll be on our own. That's just years of evolution, and that's built into us. We don't have to have that conscious thought itself of, oh, right, I'm going to die. It's built into us. That's what fear is. So we feel the fear and we decide to change it up quickly. We decide, right, I'm never going to show this part of myself again because it might lead to me not being accepted by the tribe, i.e. society. So this happens thousands of times across a child's very first and primary years of its life. This can happen from anything that's big, such as crying, complaining, all these tiny, all big things, surface level things, but it goes much deeper than that. It goes on to things that, frankly, I don't think quite a lot of spiritual people are aware of either, especially myself. I'm not aware of all these micro things that must be happening. But yeah, we just tell it, not acceptable, not acceptable, not acceptable, not acceptable, acceptable, not acceptable, not acceptable, not acceptable, acceptable, not acceptable. So it's creating this divide inside of the small human. Ultimately, it's creating an accumulation of all these things that aren't good about itself. And then it's projecting all of the things that it thinks is good about itself. This creates the front. This creates the front that we see, the mask that we see most people portray nowadays, because it is just social conditioning. I do it. I've done it for many years. I've only just started becoming aware of it, so I'm taking the steps to becoming a more authentic self. But yeah, this is how social conditioning works. Now, because the baby, let's say it's no longer a baby, let's say it's like 15 years old, because it's gotten into this habit and routine of not accepting part of itself, unconsciously or subconsciously, until it becomes aware of the fact, it will just think it's not whole. It will just think it's not complete, simply because it has repressed part of itself. So it's not feeling complete because it's only got that front. It's only got that, let's say, 10% of who it truly is. So it's not going to feel whole and complete. This is where the market comes in. This is where the consumer market comes in, and why it works, and etc. etc. So marketeers, the big businesses of the world, Facebook, everything like that, they know that this is happening. They're very smart people. They've probably gone through social conditioning themselves, or they've been told by their very small group of people what social conditioning is. They've been brought up outside of social conditioning. There's a lot of reasons. They know that, let's say, a good 95% of society feels like this. They don't feel complete, and they do feel bad about themselves. and we're given these luxuries and things and goals, and we're being put in school straight away. We're not being taught to look inside of ourselves, but ultimately we're given these products, and we're being advertised to these products, and what it's essentially saying is buy this product, and you will feel better about yourself. So our whole lives are then built around trying to chase for that little piece of ourselves, i.e. the product that's put inside of our faces. And we're bombarded with this stimuli. We're bombarded with these advertisements, and just look at any television. I mean, 90% of it's advertisements. 90% of it's telling us that we're not good enough. So it's this constant programming that's very difficult to break out of, which I'm breaking out of now. Thank God. I've had people such as the RSD team teaching me about this stuff, making me aware. That's why I'm passing on the torch now, because I think it's right that people know who they are. They are love. But back to the topic anyways, we've got this carrot and a stick situation where we've got, let's say this is 90% of the people, and let's say this is the 0.1% of the people. Now the 0.1% of the people know what's going on. The 99% of people don't know what's going on. These people want to stay as these people, so what they'll do is they'll keep telling these people that they are those people, and these people will keep telling them that, oh look, I've got a way out of feeling like that. So they give them a product. They're saying this will make you feel amazing. Buy this new car. And what happens? You feel, when you buy the car, you're like, oh my God, this car is amazing. I feel so good. But it's only ever a temporary spike, because it's not true. They've given you a lie, and it's a false sense of happiness. And then after that's finished, you look for something else, you look for something else, you look for something else, you look for something else. They just keep providing it, and they're growing in money, so growing in power, so growing in influence, so then growing in their ability to keep you in this state. And you're just feeding it, not even knowing what's going on, which is a sad thing, which is why I'm showing this to you right now. And it's just this never-ending cycle of feeling bad about yourself and not knowing why, and not being given the tools to go inside of yourself, or to even look and find out, why do we all feel this way? Why are we all feeling less than what we are? Why do we all have anxiety, depression? Why do it? It's all these questions that, unfortunately, in schools and everything, we are programmed not to ask questions. We're being put in schools. We're literally, from a very young age, we're being put in this situation where there is this one figure that's got all of the power, and we are the masses, and we have none of the power. So right from birth, we have been given this paradigm that's unconscious to us, that the one person who has all the power gets to tell us what to do. So it's this perfect, almost perfect system. It's this very, very smart system, created by these people, that they just want control, they just want power. It's very, very, very smart. Let me tell you that they're very, very smart people. But it's now the time to wake up to who you truly are. It's time to wake up to your power. It's time to wake up to all of the parts that you have suppressed and repressed inside of yourself. Start to accept that as who you are right now, and not get depressed about it. You never knew any better. You've only been told since birth. You've been brainwashed into the fact that you're not whole and complete already. So don't feel bad about it. And again, don't feel angry at the people that have done this, because most likely they didn't know any better. They just thought that that's how life was. Imagine they think that life is just all about domination. That's all they think about. It's the way that they're conditioned, if you think about it that way. And I think that, I'm not too sure about this part. This might not be a fact, or it might be. This is just a little conspiracy that I have. But the people that just die instantly or suddenly or things like that, they are, up in the chain, up in the world of the, I don't know how to describe it, in the world of materialism or consumer. I don't know how to describe it, but you get what I'm saying. the people that suddenly die are people who are whistleblowing in a way or threaten to whistleblow, are killed by these people in domination because, again, that's the way that they've been brainwashed. So it's a very sad life up there as well. You know, it's not all it could be. They are repressing parts of themselves as well, which is us. So this is the way that the world works. This is the way that it has worked for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So a lot of us are feeling that that evolution, that ancestral, all them habits. I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost turning like instinct to us now. Not instinct, but yeah, like instinct, where we're just born and we expect it to happen. So that keeps us in that dull state. So yeah, this is how society works. Becoming aware of this is how you start to break out of it. You start to understand, you start to see the social conditioning more. But yeah, it's very difficult to think of a way out of the system. This is what is named by the Matrix, by the way. It's very difficult to see a way out of the system. You sort of just, you know, in it on your own, other than the people that do see it too. But I think it's quite rare right now. I've not really spoken to anyone else about it, so, you know, that's why I like making these videos. This is my way of speaking to people, basically. But yeah, I think that's everything off my chest right now. Maybe more videos on this in the future. I do like talking about it. But yeah, if you did find any value in this video, do like and subscribe, because it helps me out, it helps you out, and it helps the world out. So much love and God bless.